make I'll take those poker chips and I'll make a schedule. So I'll say, here it is, come at 3 o'clock, 3:05. You know, you'll have little appointments and you can wait out there. You come in. These are the quickest quizzes in the West. It's going to take you less than 5 minutes and you'll be done. So how we'll do it is there are 4 things I'll ask you to do. So from those 3 chapters, I will pick randomly a bunch. Usually on a sheet I'll have a bunch of different examples. There'll probably be like a little sheet of paper that I'll put here, and I'll say, could you clap for me example number 2? And then you'll look at example number 2, take your time, and then when you're ready, you do it. And I'll have the same sheet here with your name on it, and I'm just marking to see how you did, okay? So you'll have 2 rhythms, and you'll have 2 melodies. So I'll ask you to sing 2 melodies. So that's it, 4 little things, okay? And then the quiz is done. And I'll talk more about this the closer we get to our test, our quiz. But I've got like a rubric that I follow, so I'm looking for pitch accuracy. Are you really going flat or sharp to the point that that's a real problem? Most of the time, that's really never a problem. Rhythm, I'm listening for accuracy of the rhythm when we're doing the clapping and the counting. I'm listening for accuracy of the pitches. Did I get all the notes right? And did I do the correct solfege on those notes? So each of those, and then I grade them, and so it's like 25 points each for a total of 100. Or I do it 2 ways, or I'll just grade each individual example as its own 25, and then whatever is the highest score is the one that I'll give you, okay? And then you'll get the score. So we'll have 4 of those, and then the final will probably just be whatever the last 2 or whatever chapters. It's the same thing that we got to. So for this first semester, there's absolutely nothing new that I'm going to throw at you. It's all going to come from this book, okay? So if you know the test is going to be on next Thursday and it's over chapters 7, 8, and 9, then you'll know exactly what you can look at, okay? Now, one of the things that I really think is important, and I don't know how that'll work right now, I think practicing with someone is really important. Because if I have a real issue with rhythm or with sight reading, if I'm doing it by myself, how am I going to know if I'm screwing it up? I'm going to think it sounds great, So I do think it's really helpful to have somebody in the room who could then be the chooser, to say, okay, how about page 30, do number 2. And then you're following along, which means you're also reading the music, which is really cool, and say, I think something got off a measure 2, and then you can flip it. Now, if that's something that we can do with masks, like in your dorm room or whatever, I think that's great. If that doesn't feel safe, we'll have to figure something else out. But I think definitely, practicing this period twice a week can't be the only time that you practice this, especially because the book progresses, it just gets harder and harder. So definitely try to carve out time for practicing. And with that being said, I know this week's the practice rooms aren't available right now, but there are practice rooms. There's one right across here. There are tons in the music school, just across the way. I don't remember which floors they're on, and some of them are locked or reserved, and others are open to whomever. And then there are some in Sursa, which is that real pretty building across the street. Tons of practice rooms there. And I know there are practice rooms in each of the dorms, yes? But I think what they're doing now, I don't think you're just going to be able to wander in and just find one. They're going to be putting QR codes together, and they're going to assign you, like I think you can reserve a time or whatever, and it's designed so they can get in there, clean it up, and then they know when you get there. Yes, do you have more info on it?
Yeah, I went into Sursa, and on most of the doors they had like QR codes or like times that you could sign up for on the doors. And there was like maybe 1 or 2 just regularly open, but all the rest had the QR codes on them.
Okay, great. So what I was told about like next week, because I think these start on Monday, is go to the office in the music school and they'd be able to help with that. At least explain what do I do once I have the QR code or whatever. But I definitely will. I think it's not anything. Here's the thing. Here can be your homework for this week. Find out where those practice rooms are. That would be really easy to do. So at least we can figure that out. And then next week, once they open these up, figure out how you can reserve those practice rooms. Because they're gonna be a real lifeline to you. Some of you may have keyboards in your dorm, which is really awesome. But think of, you can practice your vocal rep in a practice room, you can practice your piano, you can practice sight singing, you can practice theory. So there's a lot you can do in those little rooms. So definitely work that into your schedule, that once or twice a week at this time, if that's how it works. I mean, we don't know how it's gonna work, but figure out how you get to those practice rooms, because it's gonna, I lived in my practice room when I was your age. I loved it. I loved being in there and just never leaving and putting the little sheet of paper in the window and just, letting it go. And I also, and I'll tell you, and I know with some of you, are there people who are pianists, who consider themselves pianists? Okay, so you're all gonna learn piano. That's fine, that's great. Because we're not looking to, like with piano, I don't know if Cody said, and I know some of you haven't met with him yet, we're not looking to create like per piano virtuosos, but we are looking to just make sure that as a vocalist and as a performer, this instrument doesn't terrify you. That you can use it. It can be like a tool for you. Just another something you've got in your tool chest to say, yeah, I can do this, and I can figure out how to warm myself up and do all sorts of, different things, or be able to plunk my melody out. How great is that, to be able to have that skill when you're learning reps, so you don't have to ask somebody, you're like, I can figure this out, I know what the key signature is, so I know where the accidentals fall, and I know the rhythm, I'm going to plunk it out. That's all that this is going to be. We just want you to be able to feel comfortable with this thing. But when I was your age, even if you have very limited piano skills, when I was feeling overwhelmed, which happened a lot when I was your age, you can just go in that practice room, turn the lights out, take your glasses off, and just whatever you need to get out of your body and into the piano, just let it out. And I'm a big fan of that. And it's not about right or wrong. Put that pedal on, the sustain pedal, and just be free and with it, and just, I don't know. I'm a big one on getting the gunk out. Whatever helps you get the gunk out, do it. Okay. I think that's it. Anybody else? Does anybody have any questions? Yes.
Are there any other things that we need besides the book?
No.
Okay.
I mean, I don't think it's the worst idea to bring like a pad of paper and a pencil or something. Or if you need to take notes on your phone, I know I said no phone, but if that's how you take notes or whatever. But no, I mean, for the most part, it's going to be turn to page blah, and let's all clap example number 6, and we'll do it together, or I'll say, how about this row, or how about the front? And we're going to start that way, where it's just where you're going to do it together, and then when we get a little more confident, we'll do the poker chips. Okay? But it's nothing to be scared of. It's going to be really wonderful. Yes?
Oh, I have a question about the reading, the rhythms.
Mhm.
I was told to do it on the 1 knee and the 2.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
Did you do Taka Team? Yeah. No, that's not. So the way I do it is it's 1 E and a 2 E. And we treat kind of all the beats get like a number. So say we're in 4/4 time. Those quarter notes are going to get 1, 2, 3, 4, and if they're eighth notes, 1 and 2 and.
Okay.
So that's the way we do it. It's the way the book does it, and it's the way I was taught to. So I'm sorry about that. That's going to be a little bit of a pain. Yeah? Did you have your hand up?
Oh, no.
Oh.
I was scratching my head.
That's all right. So that's it. So come on Thursday, we're going to just do rhythms. I don't even think we're going to sing on Thursday. But we're going to just kind of dive in with some rhythms, and we're on our way.
Thank you.
And now you've got one more class that you kind of have a sense of what you're doing.
Thanks, Jay.
You are so welcome. Thank you. Enjoy the rest of your day.